Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wealthy Life, a channel for your personal growth, awakening, and financial wisdom. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to live life to fullest, traveling the world, chasing dreams, building empires, while others are still stuck waiting for the right time? What if the difference isn't luck, money, or even talent, but courage? In a world filled with uncertainty, hesitation is the biggest thief of opportunity. The brave may not always win, but they always live more. This video explores how courage transforms lives, using powerful stories from history, literature, film, and real life. The world rewards the bold. Fortune favors the bold. Courage doesn't mean you're never afraid. It means you act despite fear. Let's talk about Alexander the Great. At just 20 years old, he inherited a fragile kingdom. Instead of playing it safe, he led an army across unknown lands, conquering from Greece to India. When his generals hesitated, he charged forward. Today, he's remembered not for living long. He died at 32, but for living larger than life. In contrast, many live quietly in fear. They plan, overthink, and wait for signs, and the years slip by. The world doesn't wait for the prepared. It follows the bold. Bravery is a daily choice, not a grand event. We often romanticize courage as a once-in-a-lifetime act. Storming a battlefield, launching a startup, quitting your job. But true bravery is built in daily moments. Speaking up, asking someone out, taking the first step. Story. J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter. As a single mom living on welfare, rejected by 12 publishers, most people would have stopped. But she had the courage to believe her story mattered. That small act of persistence turned her into the world's first billionaire author. Book Insight. In Daring Greatly, Brené Brown explains that vulnerability is the heart of courage. Sharing your dreams, risking failure, or being your authentic self in a world that pressures you to fit in, that's boldness. You don't need a sword. You need a little bravery every day. Fear is a compass, not a wall. Have you ever noticed that the things that scare you often point to what matters most? In The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, the boy Santiago leaves home to follow a dream. Along the way, he loses money, gets robbed, and nearly dies. But each fear he overcomes brings him closer to his personal legend, his true calling. Coelho writes, "The fear of suffering is worse than the suffering itself." Think of Elon Musk. He invested everything he had into Tesla and SpaceX when everyone said he was crazy. The fear was huge, but so was the vision. Today, those bold bets are reshaping the future. What would you do if you weren't afraid? Comfort zones kill growth. Here's a harsh truth. Your comfort zone is not a safe space, it's a cage. Staying in it may protect you from discomfort, but it also protects you from growth. Have you ever heard John A. Shedd quote, "A ship is safe in harbor, but that's not what ships are for." Let me share you a story. Malala Yousafzai, a Pakistani girl who just wanted an education, faced threats from the Taliban. She chose to speak up. She was shot, nearly killed, but survived and became the youngest Nobel Peace Prize winner. Why? Because even a teenager knew that silence was more dangerous than bravery. Imagine two versions of you, one who stays safe and one who leaps. In 10 years, only one has stories worth telling. Failure isn't fatal. Fear of it is. Most people avoid risk not because they're lazy, but because they're scared of failure. But here's the twist. The brave do fail. A lot. They just don't stop. Thomas Edison famously said, "I haven't failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Without that mindset, there's no light bulb. Oprah Winfrey was told she was unfit for TV early in her career. She got fired. But instead of quitting, she leaned in. Today, she's one of the most influential media figures in the world. Courage comes from resilience and action. Those who dare to fail eventually win differently. Bravery builds inner freedom. External freedom, money, travel, success, comes later. Real courage begins with mental freedom. The ability to think for yourself, act on your values, and say yes or no with integrity. In the movie, in Dead Poet Society, Mr. Keating urges his students, "Carpe diem, seize the day." When Todd finally finds his voice and stands up for Keating, it's more than rebellion, it's awakening. That moment is pure freedom. When you stop asking for permission, you start building your world. Courage attracts life-changing opportunities. Being brave doesn't just change you, it changes how the world sees you. Bold people are magnets for possibility. A young Barack Obama spoke at the 2004 Democratic National Convention as a virtual unknown. He took a risk, gave a speech from the heart, and stunned the world. 4 years later, he became president. Psychologists call this the action-intention gap. Many people intend to change, but few act. Those who act, even imperfectly, are seen as leaders, initiators, visionaries. The brave get invited. They don't wait to be chosen. The regret of inaction is heavier than the pain of failure. Studies show that at the end of life, most people regret not the things they did, but the things they didn't do, the love they didn't chase, the words they didn't say, the dreams they never pursued. Bronnie Ware, a palliative care nurse, wrote a book called The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. The top regret? I wish I had lived a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Call to action. Every time you delay your dreams, you trade aliveness for safety. Is it worth it? Bravery can be contagious. When you choose courage, you unconsciously give others permission to do the same. In the book, Start With Why by Simon Sinek, he explains how great leaders inspire action not by commands, but by leading boldly from their why. Think Martin Luther King Jr., who spoke of a dream, not a plan. That dream sparked millions. Every brave act is a ripple, and someone else's reason to rise. So, how do you cultivate courage? You don't need to be born brave. You build it like a muscle. Here's how. Start small. Say yes to something that scares you, even a little. Choose growth over comfort. Every single time. Reframe fear. It's not a stop sign. It's a signal you're on the edge of something meaningful. Surround yourself with bold people. Courage is contagious. Reflect daily. What brave thing did I do today? The brave don't live forever, but the cautious don't live at all. The truth is simple. Life expands in direct proportion to your courage. The sooner you leap, the sooner you live. So, don't wait for the world to hand you permission. Be brave first, and the world follows. If this message lit a fire in you, don't scroll away. Subscribe, like, and share this with someone who needs to be reminded. Bravery isn't reckless. It's required.